Hi Pisces, I've had to start this video over 3 times, but I am determined to get it because I feel also this is kind of the energy that you're in, right? Sometimes we just need to deal with the things in life that we have absolutely no control over, like the fact that they decide today to jackhammer something outside. My dishwasher is louder than normal. I've got to keep the air cleaner on because my cat has asthma attacks, and it's just been one thing after another. So outside of the things that are outside of my control, my main focus is getting you a video. So I hope that any background noise that you hear doesn't taint the message for you. Okay, I think we can do this. I feel, though, ironically, that that's kind of what you are in need of with your energy. I think that you need to take a break. I think you need to take a rest. I think you need to take a sit for a moment. Okay, I feel your energy really, I feel it. Like when I started to do this, my feet got very, very cold, which is telling me that you're either exhausting yourself, your circulation is off, you're tired, something is off. So just take a minute, take a breath. Nothing can, be solved when we feel like that. So just take a minute. I think that your energy is depleted. I think you feel like you're depleted. I think that you feel like, what is this? People often say, and we all do it, how did my life get to be this and I missed all of this? You know what I mean? Like the things we thought that we were investing in was going to lead to something, the day that it stops leading to something, it just means we're going on to something else. You know what I mean? We have to have an end to have a beginning. It does not in any way, shape, or form mean that you missed something. Or, I get a lot of times, I wasted my youth on this person or this or this job or whatever, this schooling, and I really always wanted to do this. But the hallelujah moment is that you finally realize, I don't like this. This isn't my life. This is where I want to go. You're not behind the radar. It just means I'm excited now and I'm going to have to start here and work my way out of the gate. And that's what I think you're doing, right? I think that, and you do get it. I just see cards in reverse that represent that you may be tired. You may have lost your focus. You may think you're never going to get out of here. Something may be taking a little bit longer. You may need to save a little bit more money. Sometimes, though, it's harder as adults to go back to school or to take a class, or because we've got life responsibilities on us now, right? So that's what I think you're doing. I think the novelty of something in your life has just worn off and you just cannot do it anymore. And I think that you may be getting some nonsense around you where people are saying, look at your life. What is wrong with your life? What wouldn't you be happy with this for? Well, because you're just not. That's pretty much just basically it, right? It doesn't, that's what I mean. People always will say to us what they think with great intention, but it's always, they want the best for you, but it's not at all what you want. Their heart's in the right place, but it's not, you only know what is right for you. Now I'm going to get off the soapbox of that because I just wanted to kind of get you back into reality here. What you want here, your dreams, your desires, your moves, your education, your savings plan, if you want to get a pet or a kid or whatever, a car, it all sits here for you. I think you're just depleted. Something must have come through here. And I'll tell you, I've got a lot of Pisces in my chart with a lot of houses, a lot of planets crammed in there. And I know that energy drive has been an issue. You know what I mean? And I think that health, restructuring your health habits, getting more sleep, being more responsible, taking, conscious efforts, realizing that I will pay the price if I don't listen to what I know I should not be doing right now. You know what I mean? So you take responsibility for those things. That's it. And it takes time to pull those things back in, right? What we don't realize too, when I see it in here and I'm bringing it out for a specific reason, the jacks are and you've got one in here, that's why I'm referencing it. And it's where I want to tell you too, it's a lot of energy behind it. It's a lot of desire. It's a lot of passion. You may not have it yet, but it will come. Okay. Because what I keep really feeling in here is you need to find something in your life that brings you joy, and you will. But my concern here with the jacks, the pages that you've got is they're ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is like, I quit my job, I moved, I sold, my car, I cleaned out it's like whoosh. You don't want to do that. I think the shock and awe may come in here, though, where you may decide to move. You may physically move. You may change jobs. You may go back to school. You've had it. You kind of want a clean slate, and it sits here. Just prioritize it and With the Uranus, it's like you up and you move the next day. I've seen people do this, which is why I'm pointing it out. Just make sure that what you're doing here, and it cuts yourself some slack because you're tired anyway. So find a nice, comfy spot on the couch, get something to drink, get your pen and paper out, and just sit. You know what I mean? And really think about what will bring you joy, not happiness, joy. We're always upping our game. We're always changing. So what do you want to do? I would look long-term because I think you're looking long-term, but I wouldn't make this the be-all and end-all because when you acquire this, when you get here, just like now, you'll want to do something else. It's human nature. So I would look long-term, but I wouldn't look till the end of your, till the next 50 years. I would just look for the next couple of years, how I acclimate the changes that I want to do here, right? Because I think that the cards you come in with are the Five of Swords, right? Which is kind of just saying, you feel taken advantage of, you feel like you've wasted your time here, you feel like the novelty of whatever this is has worn off. It could be anything, right? But it's just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. The Two of Swords is a card of, I need to take responsibility for peace and harmony in my life and my mind, and I need to find a drop spot, right? It's sometimes when we agree to disagree on things and then we grow, that doesn't apply anymore. It's like now become not agreeable. It's just not something you can do anymore because you're looking long-term here, right? You could be going back to school, whatever it is, you could be moving, you want something different. But within this card and one of your other cards, it's, you have to remember your value in things, right? And have your self-confidence in here that you can do this. It's just a lot of, you're kind of, maybe you've been, whatever it is, I think your life just doesn't fit anymore, right? And that's a great starting point. This does not fit anymore, right? It doesn't need to change overnight, though. The Page of Cups you've also got here. This is what you're wanting. Just look how serene that picture is. The world is your oyster. You know what I mean? You're listening to your intuition. You're tapped in. You're rested. You're quiet. Life is peaceful, right? It doesn't mean that your life is not without challenge. None of us, we exist in this world, but you know how to make it comfy, right? This is not comfy. And the butterfly, you're leaving there in the back. See? Bye-bye. I'm out of here because this is just nonsense, right? And someone may be poo-pooing your dreams, which is not a lovely thing, right? But either way, I can see the reason that you think something too, why can't I form a thought? Why don't I know what I want? Why does nothing ever make me happy? Why do I go the distance for these people and I'm constantly let down? Take this minute to sit because I'm telling you where you're building your foundation from here, one that will last, that's yours, that brings you joy and stability. It's from the inside out. It's gaining emotional control over yourself and not letting your emotions drive you, right? Daydreams, visions, all of our desires, they begin in the mind, right? That's why I'll always ask you guys, what fills and inflames you? It starts here. Then get the plan on paper, right? It doesn't end here. It starts there. And that's a great place for it to be. But if it's up here and it's lovely, can you anchor it? And can you put a timeline on it? Those are crucial. Because if you can't, it's a daydream. And it's a great thing to be. But it's still just a daydream. It'll pull your life somewhere else. So sit. Get your plan in place and then drive it forward because it sits here and it's a solid foundation and it brings you success. You will absolutely have success and it is not far from now. So that's why I'm saying this brain fog will clear, okay? And ironically, okay, now how I'm doing this, you've got your foundation is what I'm trying to show you what you're building upon. It is not going to be for this month, which is why I'm starting this now. It's going to take time, right? It's the beginning. It's February. Start to lay the bricks here. Start to build your solid foundation. Start to get your plan in place. What do I need? How much money do I need? How do I need to critique this? If I'm moving somewhere, what credentials do I need? What papers do I need? Can I work there? Can I go to school? Can I get the plan on the paper, on the couch with something nice to drink, right? That's where your foundation's coming in. Now, what you'll be doing in the short term right now to get this plan going, I'll show you that. And then what your objective is. You know what I mean? It can tweak it. It can branch off from this, but your main, you've got a point of focus where you're going. And it doesn't mean that you can't change it along the way, right? Now you've got the four of coins. And that's what I'm saying. Something's got to clear here, right? It's just a little bit of a delay is all. Okay? And I think the delay either stands around a person, a situation. It's something that is substantial in your life. It's not something that you could just get up and say, it's substantial, right? A 5 is, though, a place where you're put in a position that you will look back on this and say, I dodged a bullet there. So you're knowing enough right now. That's why I say when people say, why did I waste time? You didn't. You didn't waste anything. It happened the way it was supposed to happen, because now you've got the epiphany that I am out of here. Okay. And you've got the 5 of Wands, another 5, right? The 5 of Wands is not, it's a card again, and I feel surrounds people or a person, or you just can't do your day-to-day stuff. It's something on a day-to-day that's got you sucked dry, right? But it's changing, because you've got the 7 of Cups, okay? It's a journey, and I think that the journey starts within the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups, to me, is not a nonsense card, especially in here. It's a card of daydreaming. It's a card of, it's the 7 cups of grace. It's all of the parts of us. We need to acknowledge them all. The quirky parts, the parts that hold us back, the parts that push us ahead. We need it all, so that's what I think you're doing. And you've got the Queen of Swords here. I'm telling you right now, the Queen of Swords gets a really bad rap, but where she gets the bad rap from is she's been through a lot in her life, and the fears, the things that normally pop up, I don't know if I want to get in a relationship. I don't know if it's how you're communicating. But more than how you're communicating with other people, it's how you're communicating with yourself. And with this card here, and this card here, and this card, it's telling me I am working on myself from the inside out. These are all your foundations. You cannot fail with this. Cannot. And the Queen of Swords in here is a card of success for sure. It's a card of mental stability, emotional stability, getting your thoughts in place, going forward, how you're communicating. This dialogue in here, this is internal stuff. And it's probably coming out in ways that you're engaging with other people because you're not settled on the inside. And that's what you're doing, though. That's what you're building your foundation on. You're getting a bearing on that. Okay? Now you've got Archangel Gabriel, which is the Empress in here. Okay? Communication. You're growing something. You may be having a child, too. You may be thinking about that. You may be having issues around that. You may be thinking, do I even want this anymore? It may be something like that. But whatever it is, your life is changing, and the aesthetics will change when this is changed. And that's what you're doing, right? Now, again, you've got the 2 of Coins. I think here you think that, someone victimized you, abused you, and I'm not talking trauma. I'm talking, I do everything for this person and they still don't, acknowledge me. They poo-poo my dreams. They don't back me up. They don't hold space for me to grow, right? That 2 of Coins, and that card can come up too sometimes where we're saying, I have too much on my plate. I'm taking way too much on me. You may be running a plethora here where you've got 2 jobs and you're trying to say, I need just 1 job, but I need it to make enough money that I don't have to work 2 jobs. And you're figuring these things out, okay? Now you've got this card in reverse, which is the Muse, but it's the Devil card. And it's in reverse because you're facing these things. You're coming out of this. You're dealing with these things that you've not dealt with before. It's huge. Your creative block your plan will come. You will figure this out. I really feel like you're moving, like you're physically moving somewhere. Okay? Now your outbound card is the 3 of Cups in reverse. And I'm telling you, this card is in reverse. It's just saying, I'm not over the hump yet. I'm not over the hump yet, but you will, because your foundation is this. You're growing it on good things. Nothing in here is something that's going to bring you short-term happiness. And even if you change the things in your life, like this isn't making me happy anymore, you've still got joy inside. That will propel you forward, and it'll keep you on track, and it'll keep your energy levels up, and it'll keep you from going way too overboard for someone and having no appreciation. You're going to put yourself first. Where is that card? This is a card, too, of I'm going somewhere. I've got choices here. The world is my oyster, but I need to know my value first. I need to know my priorities first. And that's when things open up. And the reason these things may feel like they're out of your grip right now is because you're just getting straight on some things on the inside. And that's exactly what this energy is about, right? But I feel poor circulation for you. I do, because my fingers are now cold too. All right, fingers, toes. It's just, I feel like you just need to take a moment for yourself. You may not feel well. Rest when you're ill. Pull forward when you're ahead. And remember, you know, with that picture there, that you don't need to save the world. Things happen organically. The universe needs you, you know, to do your part and work with it in an organic kind of way, but you don't need to do it all. And you don't need to do it for everyone else. And you need to put yourself on the periphery. And you need to remember that your life, this is what you want, but this is what you're thinking. You're limiting yourself to this, which you're not going to very longer. Even if you don't see it, I'm telling you, you're going to be out of here. And this is what you're going to acquire. Something that really lights you up from the inside out. And it perpetually changes. These cards, the undertone of them, the parts of ourselves that we all have are the doubt. The doubt. I'm too old. I can't do it. I weigh too much. I'm not pretty enough. I'll never have the money for this. I'm not good enough for this. Who the hell do I think I could move across the country and make a life for myself? I'm telling you, you can. It all sits in here. The key to the kingdom, the key to ride for you, is you need to realize that what people have taken from you, what time you feel has taken from you, really hasn't taken what can't be taken. And that's you, right? It's the light back here. People can't take that. Someone may have taken advantage of you. This could be this situation here for sure, right? But you're pulling back now and you're saying no more. And when you take responsibility for that and you decide to go out in different directions and figure out how to get this working, what you need to clear up, there's nothing that can stop you. And that's what I see here. I see success here for you. I do see a move here for you, right? And I see you getting clarity here. And I see you getting over this hump. You will get over this hump very, very soon. I don't feel like this is far away. I really don't. February, May, June. 4 or 5 months max. Let these eclipses, all of this, the cloudiness, you're doing a number on yourself. I can feel it. Give your body time to do its thing, and it's going to give you clarity. Okay, so that's what I feel. If you need a private reading, we can go through this, but I'm telling you, you've got success here. You've got internal mastery here. You've got a great plan here. You're dealing with things that you didn't want to deal with before, and let's just be honest, we all have them, right? But this has gotten to a point where you're like, this is like an example would be, and I use it often with this card, it's like, it could be a relationship, too, that you're jumping into and you're like, no, I just can't do this, and you're going another way. But what the Two of Wands can often mean to me sometimes, too, is it's a balancing act, but it's also a doorway. But what that card really can say sometimes is I've taken, it's someone that would jump into like a family business, like a family law firm business, when in fact you want to go and do, you know, home design or something like that, and that never goes away. It gets cloudy, it gets fogged over, and then you realize, I don't know what the hell I want anymore, but this will come back. It won't go away, right? That's what the Five of Wands comes in here, and it's like, that's the battle. It's the internal battle where I want this, I don't want this, and that's what you're doing. So I am proud of you, and I'm happy, and if you need private reading, we can look at this, but I'm saying, don't let someone bully you, don't let someone victimize you, don't let someone tell you your joys, your happinesses, your dreams are BS. If someone's telling you that, you don't have any more room for that. Basta. Bye. You know? Okay. There you go, Pisces. I hope you have a wonderful February.